Hey y'all, I'm Shayna and I'm back with another review. This is for Tyler Perry's Sistas Season 7, Episode 3, Grand Opening and Grand Closing, honey, okay? This episode was cute. It was pretty good. I said, okay, we doing something. We doing something. I don't know where it's going, but it's going somewhere. So let's get into it, shall we? While we're doing that, if you haven't already, please don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel. It's definitely appreciated. Watch the video on through, share it with a friend. Don't forget to like, because I am trying to get my videos through this algorithm. And YouTube is just like we fighting against each other right now. We in a toxic place. So I need y'all help by liking the video, commenting, doing all the things. It surely helps your girl out, okay? Let's get into it. So we pick up at the law firm. Andy comes strolling in. Now that she got curls, she coming in, bouncing her curls around. And Fatima is filling her in on the fact that Gary is a scammer and he's being investigated. Yeah, the Gary storyline done turned around so good. I was ready for him to go. His storyline getting so good. He probably got the best storyline on the show right now. So Andy just being naive as always, talking about Gary's a prestigious businessman. Girl, save it. Not now. Listen up. Listen, Linda. Okay? He's more like, he's not no prestigious businessman. He's a con man. Okay? So Fatima asks Andy if her car and her penthouse are in Gary's name. And she's like, no, but child, that don't mean nothing. Everybody already know y'all tied up and that stuff. Child, she should have been got rid of it. I know it's hard to be in the penthouse and then go back to your one bedroom apartment, but girl, it's not worth it. Andy herself said Gary's money comes with strings. And we didn't think those strings was the FBI, but okay. So Hayden tells Andy and Fatima that he's good because he come up there, he like, look, I'm all good. I told the cops everything. And they was like, everything? You snitched. He was like, everything about Gary and I, okay? He's like, everything we did was legit and good, so I don't got to worry about nothing. So after he told him he on the up and up, I wasn't trusting Hayden. Next week, I knew Hayden was being a little bit too nice all episode. He's not to be trusted. Anywho, Dani is cleaning up. Her boyfriend like, why? She said the therapist is coming over for a session. I said, what kind of insurance do you got that covers house calls? We got house visits, house sessions. Let me know where I can sign up for a therapist to just come on over. I don't got to lay on your couch. I can lay on my own while you sit there and listen, okay? So Karen and Pam are preparing for the Fresh Starts grand opening. That's her hair salon. And then all of a sudden, the lights suddenly go out. And I said, oh, Lord, she ain't paid a light bill. But a clear woman walks in the building, and she says she's the building's owner, because Karen's like, I'm used to dealing with the property manager. And the lady was like, yeah, when the checks was clearing, you don't have to see me. When the checks are bouncing, I need to bounce on in here and figure out what's going on, okay? So she was like, if you want to have a grand opening, you need to pay on today. Today is the day, not tomorrow, not a payment plan, not a portion. I need all of it today, okay? So Karen was like, I got to move money around, rob Peter to pay Paul, but it'll get done. It's just me. Girl, I understand. I understand. She ain't had the baby yet, girl. You just get a little taste. Okay. So Gary calls Hayden. Hayden's in his office, and he like, look, I don't want nothing to do with you. Leave me alone. The FBI is involved in your madness. And Gary, like, I need a favor. He like, don't even ask me the favor because I don't want nobody thinking I got anything to do with you. And Gary called him a little rat. Ooh. But after he hang up with him, we suddenly see Tamara. And I'm like, okay, she back. She begging for him back. And he's talking about he don't trust her, but he falling for it just like I knew he would. I said, he is just so easy to win over. She's like, oh, they told me to do it, but yeah, I want to be with you. And I'm like, who's they? I guess we're going to find out, child. So Dani's therapy session is pretty much a bust. Like, the therapist is like, look, every time I ask you a question, you answer it with a question. Like, we're not going nowhere. We're going in circles right now, okay? You got to answer the questions. Danny was like, I don't think I need to talk to somebody. And the therapist was like, if all your family and friends are saying you do, I mean, maybe you just might. But listen, I can't force it. When you ready, you come holler at me, okay? She's like, you had to want to heal. I'm sure Carisha, the therapist, will be back. So at the bank, Sabrina's on the teller line. I'm like, how you the manager, the teller, to everything? Child, ooh. Anywho, her boyfriend Rich comes, and she's upset with him because he just left the night before after she told him she wanted to have his baby. He ran up out of there so fast. And so she was like, I don't like the way that you left me. But it was funny when he was walking up, her coworker who be all on her business and clocking her and watching her every move. She's like, ooh, there go that fine. Ooh, I see some fine chocolate over there. Sir, I can help you. I'm available. And he was like, no, I'm not here for you. I'm waiting for her. I don't care how long it takes. Then she was like, yeah. Sit over there, salty, be mad, okay? So they talking, and Rich was like, look, you can meet me at my job so we can finish talking about this. So we'll get into them a little bit later. At Karen's shop, the lights are back on. Well, the lights are on, but Pam's access to the business card is cut off, honey. I don't know what concoctions she was trying to make for hair growth and oils, but Pam was like, you're not doing it on my dime, use your money. And I would say she got to get rid of Pam, but Pam has been the only one on the business side that's been there supporting her. So she can't get rid of Pam at this moment. So apparently Karen called the FedEx guy. He getting a lot of lines, ain't he? He coming to pick up all of Pam's mess. Karen got to get her money back one way or another. She already taken out loans and the shop ain't even open yet. And is she still doing house calls in the meantime? My mama told me, like, if a pregnant woman do your hair, it make your hair fall out. Is that true? Y'all let me know down in the comments. So Zach is pulling up. He in the parking lot to the Karen's grand opening with, dozen roses. And he's trying to figure out how he's going to ask Karen for a DNA test. Now wouldn't be the appropriate time. But, I mean, okay. I don't know what he thinking about sometimes. Like, what's going on through your mind, sir? Before he can even get out the car, Karen's mom, Miss Lisa's, just jumps in. And she was like, look, she basically told him a bunch of common sense. I like Miss Lisa. And she was like, you need to set boundaries. What are you trying to do? Give her mixed signals, trying to confuse her with these roses? Like, why are you here? Send her a text. This could have been an email. Like, why don't show up here with roses? I'm just being nice. You told her you didn't want her. Set some boundaries. And yes, finally, goodness. So he ain't gonna, he don't want to go there with Miss Lisa. So he got his things and got up out of there. At Gary's empty office, Penelope arrives. We already got naive Andy. I don't need two naive women on my TV screen every week. It's getting to be too much. Like, it's exhausting watching this. So he over there talking about I got your favorite Vietnamese food. And she's like, yeah, and I got your flowers. And the wine was a nice touch. And I'm like, wine? He do know you pregnant and been pregnant for 40 years. Child. Anyway, so he get her food and he like purposely throws food in her lap. Like, it was so obvious. Like, and she's like, oh. So he was like, oh, the bathroom is way down the hall to the left, all the way at the end. Go down a flight of stairs, around the corner, and it's a porta potty out back. Go to that one. So she's like, it's cool. I got it. And she leaves her purse there. Gary, being the fraudster that he is, immediately goes into her purse, gets her wallet, and takes pictures of all her credit cards. Whatever was in her purse, it could have been a gift card, honey. He's taking pictures of it. That is a new low, even for Gary. Like, anything goes now. Like, nothing is going to surprise me with his character at this point. When I say some women, and this is in real life, y'all really be sleeping with the enemy. This type of behavior is what I mean. Cause some, not y'all. What Rodney and Erica Daenerys say, not y'all, but y'all. Y'all laying down with men who be going and rummaging through your purse. You might want to watch it, okay? I mean, you ain't here for me. So at the grand opening, Karen is actually disappointed that Zach didn't show up. Child, I say she's trying to leave that door cracked by any means. Had that baby. Hurry up. We wanted to see her pregnant last season. This season, we just want her to hurry up and have the baby. I'm tired of this. Between this baby and Michael, like, let Fatima go off on their own show. If we ain't gonna get nothing else. When is Fatima gonna be pregnant? Anyway, so Sabrina arrives at Rich's juice bar. He explains that he doesn't want kids because he's the oldest of 8. So between taking care of his younger siblings and all his nieces and nephews, he always was taking care of somebody's children. So he don't even want no children now because he's tired. That's great for you, but Sabrina, girl, what you want? Girl, what do you want? Because I don't think anybody should be putting something such as this on pause, on hold for anybody. Like, if you don't want to have kids and I do, it goes both ways, but especially women, because we have a biological clock. Girl, just let them go. Let it go. As funny as it may be a nice relationship, but you're going to be forever regretful if you want children and don't have them. You might, or he will resent you if you have them and then y'all tired and you're like, "Ooh, these kids is wearing me thin, or I'm exhausted." He gonna be resentful. So it's like y'all just not compatible. That's a big deal. So they decide to keep dating. And yeah, I already said what I said. At Zach's house, Fatima, because he come in with the roses, and I'm like, "Sir, you could have threw them out at the dumpster, gave them to her mama, and been like, here, we'll give her the flowers at least." Or just gave them to Fatima and been like, here, I got you flowers, whatever. Because she was like, ooh, for me? Like, what's the occasion? And he's like, no, it's for Karen's grand opening. And it's like, some things you really can keep to yourself. But I'm glad he was honest. I'm okay. And she was like, what? So her Fatima face immediately changed. Okay, Thug Mrs. was about to come loose. And he was like, I was going to ask her about the DNA test. And she was like, at the grand opening, like, sir, help me to understand how this setting makes sense. So he likes a public place. She's going to be mad. So it's best to do it in public. Not at her grand opening, though. Meet her at a restaurant later on with Fatima and talk about it there. Like, this is just not, that was, Miss Lisa did the right thing, honey. But Fatima was like, look, because he told her that Miss Lisa kicked him out and told him he's not allowed and don't come back no more. Of course, Fatima agrees. And she's like, y'all do need to establish some boundaries. And then she was like, did you see what happened with Gary? And I forgot what Gary was doing for Zach. But I remember when they was playing basketball with Aaron outside playing street ball in the middle of the night. Like, he did ask Gary for help with something financial. And Gary said he was going to help him some. Zach might be tied up in it. And you know the way Zach got his money was funny. So he might get really caught up. Okay, you know he on his third strike. Anywho, so Gary's scamming fraudster friend and partner in crime added Gary to Penelope's life insurance policy and all of her cards. And I said, what does he plan on doing to her that he needs to be on her life insurance policy? I mean, stealing from her credit cards is one thing, but you gonna put yourself on her life insurance policy? What are you planning to do to that lady? And she is sitting up here pregnant with your child. Ooh, that got to be the dirtiest of, ooh, child, ooh. So at the firm, because Fatima was like, Andy, get here fast. Andy gets there, and they sit up there trying to come up with a plan. Andy like, I'm going to tell him the truth. And Fatima was like, you want to tell him everything? Andy was like, girl, hell no. I'm going to just tell him it was consensual, but I had nothing to do with his business dealings. And Fatima was like, girl, no. And I was thinking, girl, that's a bit, you're a lawyer? Girl, even a public defender can do better than this. So, and then here go Hayden texting, telling them what's going on. I said, got to watch it. I know Fatima on it, so I ain't even gonna worry about it. Andy, on the other hand, is naive as always. So she speaks. She was like, oh, Fatima, there goes whoever the boss is. Like, can you go get him, girl? She go get him. And when he walked in, honey, he got Andy all the way together. He said, I did my homework. I did all the research on you and your little boyfriend. I know you were walking around, what you was doing. You put our whole company at risk. You and your sleazy ways. You're a sleazy, I don't even want to say it. But you're sleazy. You're a tramp. You're dirty. You're walking around. You're loosey-goosey. And he was going on and on about how sleazy she is with her whorish ways. Shout out to Voodoo Doll TV. Your whorish ways, honey, are getting you in trouble. And she was like, wait a minute now. Hold on. You ain't about to disrespect me. He said, you are a SLUT. And then in the midst of him telling her about herself, The man had a heart attack. And I said, oh, they're going to blame Andy for that next. Andy about to lose her job for sure. It's guaranteed to end now. And Fatima, girl, what you gonna do? You still working on them houses on the side? I hope so, girl. So that is where the episode ends. Andy Barnes. Who girl? Girl. I hope them purses was worth it. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about the episode down in the comments. I'll be sure to respond. Put in your post notifications. Check out the community tab so you know what I'm up to next. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.